got to Jakarta last night at like not 10 p.m. or something like that. We made it here at 12. No one told us. The chaos at arrival doesn't go away, it just changes form, and somehow that becomes part of the beauty. Indonesia, 2 full weeks, 2 very different worlds. We're the Blazing Travelers, traveling across Asia and the Pacific for 3 months. And we've already tackled both Malaysia and Singapore. And if you've watched our videos, you know we love them both for different reasons. So naturally, we're curious if Indonesia will live up to both of those. We spent 5 days exploring Jakarta before heading to Bali for 6 days, split between Kuta and Ubud. And just when we thought Jakarta traffic was the final boss, Bali traffic showed up like a next level. From busy markets and late night eat to sandy beaches, temples, and mountain back sunrises. This vlog covers the good, the raw, and all the tips we wish we had beforehand. With pinned locations and 7 practical tips, let's get into it. We have to pay $30 per person for a visa on arrival here.
32.
$33. Whoa, yeah, $33. We have to pay for this little sneaker right here too. It's very expensive. A flight was what, $2? The taxes? How much was the taxes?
Yeah.
$2, and the visa was $33. So we made it here. We checked into the Aloft, beautiful hotel. The last Aloft we stayed at was.
She thinks you're taking a photo. She's smiling.
The last Aloft we stayed at was during our honeymoon in Costa Rica. All right, so it's been about 3 hours since we left the hotel. We just had some matcha, but now we're going to get a haircut. This place is like 7 minutes away. There were a lot of other shops 7 minutes away. The reason I chose this is because look at that price, 65,000 Indian rupiah, which is about $3. Every other place, which is like Instagram famous or had big shops, was like $195 just for a haircut. That is about $12. We're not paying $12, we're still budget travelers, which is why we took the bus instead of the $2 Gojek or Grab ride here. We took the 23-cent bus here. So we're gonna go get a haircut, and then we're gonna try to explore some more, eat some Indonesian food afterwards. But let's go give it a try. I might even get the 75,000 one, which is a 5-minute massage and a free hair wash. So let's go check it out. Well, not free, I guess, but let's come on.
Alright, so in the middle of getting my haircut, I had to wait about 15 minutes, not too bad. He did have a 1.5 guard, which is what I use, but unlike with the Philippines, which is the only place I've traveled to outside of the US and Costa Rica, that hasn't gone against the grain. He went against the grain here, and I forgot to tell him to only go with the grain. So we'll see if my wave survives. You probably already see it already. I don't. I'm gonna give you an example at the end. Let's see.
All right, now that I'm looking at the light, you can clearly see the line and unevenness. This is not one of my best haircuts. This is actually middle of the pack to the bottom, but it was only $3. We go to Bali in 5 days. By the time I get to Bali, it'll grow back. My hair grows really, really fast. There's a rat eating something out the trash right now in front of me. That's crazy. Welcome to Jakarta. But once we get there, I'm spending a little bit more money and I'm getting me a foreign barber in Bali. To wrap up our first night, we went out to dinner, and then the next morning we actually got drinks at a coffee shop. Highly recommend both if you like it. But this leads to tip number 1, and that's to buy a SIM card at the airport or a convenience store before you leave, because it was super chaotic for us to even get that Grab ride after the restaurant because we needed Wi-Fi and we kept losing signal and service and people kept canceling. So get a SIM card. And ideally before Bali, because it's like way more expensive. There's not free Wi-Fi, and if you get to a place like Monash, you'll know that you can't fly a drone before cops come over like they did for me. So just plan ahead. Also, this is Monash, so it's a national monument. It was to celebrate independence from the Dutch, but then technically Japan had it for 2 years. So 1949, this was built in 1961 to commemorate that. In August of last year, Indonesia celebrated its 80th. And then we killed time at the market nearby before heading to Chinatown during a rainstorm at night. We're at another Chinese restaurant. Most of our meals so far in Jakarta have been Chinese. They might be on to something. No lard, no pork. This is some really good Chinese food we've been eating. Like, these are hand-pulled noodles. So tasty. I don't know, they might need to, that non-halal Chinese food gotta keep up with this. Lamb skewers at a Chinese restaurant. That's crazy.
And then the next morning, we decided to take public transportation to visit a mosque and a cathedral. So this is Jakarta Cathedral, the oldest cathedral in Jakarta. And basically people were going around visiting the museum like we did. There was a few people in the service hall, you know, praying. And I think there was a message later on. But this is tip number 2, and that is to make sure you have cash or find an ATM before you leave Wi-Fi, maybe at the airport as well, because banks and exchanges are very far and few in between. It took us like an hour to go to an ATM or an exchange. And so with the buses, you need cash or you need to buy a card. And a lot of times the bus card reader to get it at the station doesn't necessarily work. We couldn't even use our card at any time in Jakarta because all the stations that we attempted, the machine didn't work. So we had to use our cash, which meant no transfers. And the mosque that's right across the street is actually the largest in Southeast Asia, not just Jakarta, and it's like the 9th largest in the world. It does have visiting hours for non-Muslims until 5 p.m., though Muslims can go until 9.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go in the mosque as for I wasn't able to go. It's like weird because I thought in Islam they're not supposed to like ask money or get tips, but I already approached twice, but they might be selling stuff. But yeah, couldn't go in because it's closed for tourists. I don't know if it's just because today or if it's after hours, but they said tomorrow at 10. But the church out there was beautiful. We were able to go inside of it. It's the first Catholic church that was built in Indonesia, started by the Netherlands, which I just learned on this trip. The Netherlands actually owned and colonized Indonesia, and Indonesia got its freedom from the Netherlands actually. All right, so I know that we're normally budget travelers, and you can be saying, why am I leaving a Coach stop right now? It's because we just visited the Coach coffee shop, and it was time to splurge. But in reality, it wasn't a splurge because that's the only thing I can afford there. The coffee itself was like 50 to 60,000 rupiah, which is about comparable to maybe $1 more expensive than every other coffee shop. It was the same price as Starbucks actually. The whole ambiance is actually cool. I would have got a t-shirt, but it was like 2 million. I don't know what that converts to. But the coffee was good. The pound cake I had wasn't the best. It was a little dry. Everything on top was amazing though. The gold, you can't really taste it, but the jam was good. If it had more jam and it was less dry, it'd be perfect. The latte I got was a PB&J latte and the peanut butter and jelly pound cake. The latte itself is good. The peanut butter is slightly light. I don't really taste the strawberry jam. I wish they would have lined the cup with it or something like that. Kat ordered matcha. It was average. It was not the best, it's not the worst either. Eat something and then you feel a weird texture in your mouth. That just happened because I realized that it is peanut butter jelly because it has jelly pieces, like the same jelly you would get if you got boba or something like that. Super interesting. So that's the jelly. Tip number 3, if you need to get somewhere quick, I don't recommend the taxis. Just use Grab or Gojek. We came straight back here. We're ending this night in Jakarta with some Grab food. So we went and got Grab instead of Gojek. Gojek is ridiculous. The amount for delivery fee for Gojek is about the same what we paid for the whole food in Grab. So we paid about 76 for this, which is about what, $5 or something like that for 20 goat skewers. It's so good, peanut sauce satay. And yeah, so word of advice, when it gets late at night and you don't want to stop multiple places, or you want to save money and you're on a budget, just use Grab or whatever local delivery because they often have free delivery, or you can even sign up for the free unlimited delivery for the month like we did, and then they have discounts. So yesterday we ordered food with 17,000 discount, which is $1 off, and it was only like $5. Today we ordered food, discount again. So budget travel hack. Sometimes the restaurant you want to eat at is already on Grab. If you don't care about...
Most of the time it is on Grab.
If you don't care about doing takeaway or just getting it delivered, just go on Grab first and then order it. And then even if you're next to the restaurant, just pick it up. If you're not next to the restaurant, just get it delivered to the house for like 50 cents.
I was going to say Grab now actually has dine out, meaning you can dine out of your place. Like you can order and just eat it there at the restaurant with discounts too.
With the discount included. So rather than trying to ask them for discounts or go online, search, blah, blah, go on Grab. And for our last full day, we went and got some specialty coffee. I got a massage, and then afterwards I switched off with Kat so she can get her hair done. Check out our shorts and reels if you want location-specific videos. We are doing it first. We're at a restaurant called Simbawasli, which is like classic Indonesian dishes. And I bookmarked this because it was next to where I wanted to get a massage from. And I'm doing it first. I ordered food without looking at photos of it or knowing what it is exactly, like typing it into Google. It had translations on it. But the translations just tell you what meat is in it and stuff like that. So I have no clue what I just ordered. I'm excited to find out. It seems good. But yeah, look at Kat. She got her hair done, by the way.
What do we think, guys? We got bangs. It's a little different, side bangs. But no, I'm really excited to eat this food. I did cheat and asked for Wi-Fi and also looked at photos because I can't do what McKinney does. But I'm really happy about my haircut. McKinney said I look different. He's not used to it yet.
I don't know
I
how I
texted
feel
it to
about it
some of
yet.
my girlfriends and they all loved it.
I don't know how I feel about it yet, but it's different. I've known Kat for how many years now, and I've never seen her with bangs. So it's not like full-on bangs, but
Yeah,
it's
nice.
there. So food is coming right now. I don't even know what this pineapple dish is, so let's see what it's like. And so, what do you think?
So good. This is like, to me, I like every single thing. So it's a 10 out of 10.
This is probably my favorite thing there. And then the tofu is actually really, really good. We already ate most of it. First time having some bit of. She loves the beef too. And I think with that look, baby, it's telling us it's time for Bali. And so we flew Garuda, and basically with any budget airlines in Southeast Asia, make sure your bag fits because they charge for every single thing. And so with this, we actually had a printout for a stroller, or I had it saved on my phone, and it was a language barrier. So we had to check our stroller even though our stroller fits on board. And with the bags and stuff, it was a hassle. It took way longer to go through checkpoints and check it. So be prepared. Bali, day one. Welcome from Garuda Wisnu Kencana Cultural Park.
What a long name, but honestly, totally worth it. It's beautiful here, the sounds, the nature, the animals, the air.
Yes, we've been here for about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
The drive, we're staying in Uluwatu right now. We checked into a beautiful hotel last night, but now we're making our way to the statue, so let's go. Right now we're at the food court area at the GWK. Got myself a brown sugar or gray milk tea, added a shot of espresso because only 6,000. Why not? That's what, 30 cents? I got me some ayam betutus. I don't know if that's how you say it correctly. I haven't seen this on the menu so far. It looks like it has spinach. I think that, not spinach, like greens, kind of like collard looking greens. It's actually really good. It's kind of spicy. Has these like caramelized onions on the side. Like not caramelized, but like pickled sweet onions. But yeah, so far every traditional dish I've had in Indonesia has been phenomenal and great. It was like this duck, the goreng house. Some crispy duck. They had some other chicken that looked good, but this is the only one that had like this green veggies on it that I haven't seen. Actually, this might not be greens. This might just be like those the crunchy leaves that they use for everything else, just sauteed or something. Kat got some Indomie, but food is good so far. I'm gonna say this, and my Malaysian followers might feel some way. You know, there's a whole big segment of like who makes better food: Singaporeans, Malays, Indonesians. And I don't know, a lot of the traditional food I've had here in Indonesia has been really good. And Malay food, after visiting, went up to the top of my food list. Indonesia might have it. But I think it's because there's so many different islands here that when you have a bunch of islands, you have different foods, different ingredients that people use. And so this is a country built up of many islands, different people. We were in Jakarta, that's Javanese, right? We're in Bali, now Balinese. Like the culture is completely different. So they will cook food similar but very different. And then when the cultures mix, when the Dutch come here, all these other people come here, you have What's funny is that a lot of the music that we've been hearing people play, the traditional music, it sounds like Spanish music. But the Spanish didn't conquer it. It was the Dutch. So I'm confused. In Bali, though, there is a lot of Mexican restaurants. Like, a lot. And so we booked GWK on Kecak Dance. We'll put the link down below. It was around $9. I expect to be here for like 4 hours. We were a little bit rushed. We still got to do a lot, but 3 to 4 hours.
What's crazy to me is like every religion, for some people, does this. Like, if it's a sacred area or temple, right, same thing. You can't like enter if you're female on their cycle. Like, how did like all religions just like create that and figure that out? Like, hey, you have to be holy. So men and women, normally you have to purify yourself before going in, but during certain times of the month, women can't just go in. Alright, so made it inside the GWK statue, or to the statue at least, and we headed inside. There's a whole like museum presentation area. They're playing like music back there. There's plans of what it's supposed to look like, or future plans as well. We're gonna try to go upstairs and see what else is in here, but the statue is huge. Now the GWK statue is also the largest copper statue in the world, and so it's sitting on top of like concrete or something, but the remaining statue part is the largest in the world. It is a phenomenal area. I wish I could fly my drone. I can't. I got one shot before I had to charge my drone, and then Kat told me that it says no drone, and then when you get here it says no drone as well without permit. So no drone shots. We're going to try to get the best captures we can with phone, maybe the 360, but I highly suggest if you're in Bali to try to come here. We booked this on Get Your Guide for about 145 rupiah, which ended up being about, what, $8? So, I don't know if you can see that behind me, but that's the reason why we had to call an audible. So we are not going to Melasti Beach right now. We actually paid for a Melasti Beach Kecak Dance, which is like the Bali traditional dance. It said 34 minutes to get there. It should be 24 minutes without traffic. We had 6 Grab drivers, or Gojek drivers, I'm not sure which one, cancel on them. And this is what they said. It's gonna take 2 hours to get there. I've been stuck for an hour already, not really moving. This is a lot worse than I thought. I thought it would just be slow, but he said in order to go 24, 30 minutes, it's gonna take 2 hours. So we're gonna miss our dance. I don't know what we're gonna do. We just walked through the end of the park. We took the shuttle to the edge. We saw a market, didn't see anything we really liked from that market. So now we're going to try to get cell phone service, which we've gone the last 5 days in Indonesia without, but we kind of need it now, especially since our friends are coming. And I kind of want to do some solo kind of excursion. And we also need it because audibles like this, to make audibles, we need to know, not go somewhere that has Wi-Fi to get, we need to be able to do it in the moment. So yeah, this is Bali traffic for you.
And unfortunately, we couldn't make it to a Kecak Dance, and we got lunch nearby. It was Italian food. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. But the next morning, Kat has selected this. So whenever Kat says, I don't choose places to go, just tell her she's a lie, because the last few videos been shown she's been choosing places, and this was a come up.
It's day 2. We are here at a beautiful restaurant. I'm here at Melasti Beach. Beautiful ship right behind me. We got a pool, we got a beach. Just excited to have a beach day. So I'm about to check out the beach in like 5 minutes, but right now I'm about to just enjoy the beautiful view. Look at this, y'all. Trying to immerse myself in this. Not see this from up there. There is a lot of trash. Wow. For such a beautiful beach, They definitely have to clean up the beach. I wish I had a bag with me because I would totally get a group of us to clean this up. But this is a lot of trash. And I know these Westerners. Now we're back in the pool. I just put that baby to sleep real quick. Gonna give her about like a 30-minute nap, and then after we're gonna head to Uluwatu Temple.
Someone's legit getting picked up with a helicopter on their wedding. Helicopter, but there's construction going on, so I have no clue what's happening. Only in Bali, right? So there's a wedding photo shoot happening right behind us. Someone's paragliding right now. You got a helicopter just landed. Some bridge people just came out. I guess they didn't want to wait in traffic for 2 hours to get here. Actually, not that bad right now. You got people on the beach, people in the pool, people filming stuff right now. So that's just Bali life, I guess. We're just here, living the life, pretending to be influencers, pretending to be vacationers. So I know you just saw me eat some fresh vegetables, and Bali belly is tip number 5. Sometimes if you eat something that wasn't sanitary, you'll get Bali belly, but oftentimes it's the addition of prebiotics and probiotics and fiber in your diet, so don't worry. Now, if your stomach is turning in pain or lasts over 2 days, then that's when I would go to the doctor. But you can greatly limit this by choosing wise stalls and then also preparing in advance by eating Indonesian food and high fiber diets before you even get to Bali or Indonesia. So I ended up going to this place called Suga Hot Dog. I passed it on the way to this coffee shop. I'm about to eat it right now. And I have mixed reviews because this looks good. The issue is that I went to go pay, and there was this whole thing. She gave me back change, and it was 35,000 back. And I'm like, the math ain't mathing. 49 my. So she tried to charge me full price. And then when I was like, oh, it's a special, she's like looking at it like, oh, I don't speak that much English. She used the translation and it was like, oh, it's a promo. It's not valid. I'm like, when is the promo valid for? She's like, oh, we just opened. It's not valid till next week. In my mind, I'm like, it's a handwritten sign out in front because the sign says promo daily, but then they have to erase Tuesday and Monday and like put what it is. And so I'm like, what? So then I waited for a few minutes. So let me go get Wi-Fi, and I typed this whole thing like, hey, this is bad business. It says you've been open since 2021. This location is new, but not the 3 other locations. The owner would know how to run business. I would hate to leave a Google review posted on social media because that's $1. You try to charge me $1 difference. I don't know if that was going in their pockets or in the owner's pocket, but if you got a promo outside to get customers coming in, you have to honor that. It makes no sense if it's a new spot. If it's an old spot, I can kind of see them forgetting to change it. But it's a handwritten sign as well. It's not printed. And it's out front and at the bar. You gotta change that. So I'm gonna eat this. I'll let you know how it goes. It looks really fantastic, like I said, but that business and practice kind of threw me off. So now we are in front of the Uluwatu Temple, and I'm about to go get me a sarong. So you have to wear this when going in there, which is kind of interesting because, thank you. I don't know what he thought I was doing there, but basically you have to wear it in. So this is interesting because they follow all the other rules about like menstrual cycles, no, they don't follow all the other rules. They only follow the rules about menstrual cycles here. You can wear shorts, you can wear tank tops, but you just have to wear this out of respect. So I'm about to wrap this around my waist and get going inside. It's kind of crazy because if you need this for respect, why not the tanks? I'm not complaining because I don't have a chain shirt. So made it to this Kecak Dance, and they actually had tickets. So we got to Uluwatu Temple. It is beautiful. There are monkeys everywhere. Good thing our baby was strapped in on the way here. But we made it to the temple. We've been here for about 40 minutes now. We have another 30 minutes before we get seated for the next show. Like I said, luckily they had tickets. The first show, all 1,300 tickets were sold out, so we had to wait. We got here around 5:40. The next show starts at 7, technically 7:15, so we had some time to kill. Beautiful sunset so far. It sucks that I wasn't able to get the sunset show performance. I captured that, but hey, I got some videos from the back and I got some videos of the temple, and the nighttime performance should be just as good because it'll be lights and flames and all of that stuff going on. So I'm ready to check it out.
That's why we call it Kecak Dance. The story we will perform in this Kecak Dance.
So now I am in the gym. I haven't actually been to the gym during the middle of the day. I've only been at night, but this is how it looks. I didn't realize that there was a golf course like right on the other side. I just thought it was like the woods, maybe the beach. It is the beach, but it's covered by the golf course. So you just have this right here. I do like it. No AC, it's fresh open breeze. Because we're in Bali, it does get hot, but that allows me to sweat more, and I've had some good workouts here. Now the equipment is pretty old and it's not the nicest. They just converted like a conference room into a gym, but it is what it is. I'm not even exaggerating. Just look at the floor and look at the divider walls. That tells me conference room. So they just probably had extra space or realized that some people do need a gym. And it's not common to find a gym at the hotels here in Bali. So with it not looking the best, it's still a great perk. So I just got done using the bathroom, washing my hands. Why is there a mirror? Like, wouldn't you be able to see each other's? But there's a view of the golf course, which is beautiful with the sink. This bathroom is nice. That's how you know everything is nice. But we're checking out of the hotel right now. Before I check out, let's show you a little bit more around the hotel itself. So you have the main eating area, which is right here behind me. You can get breakfast here for like 95,000 per person in the morning. And then you have like a whole restaurant and stuff that closes at 2 a.m. Check-in area as usual. There's even a laundry service here. It is slightly pricey, but it's only 45,000, which is about $3 per kilogram or per 2 pounds of laundry. But yeah, we're getting in the shuttle right now. They do have a free shuttle to the main gate area, which we didn't know until just now. And they also have one to the bus to the beach. So we're gonna head to the beach, check it out, Dreamland Beach. Here's tip 6. Jakarta is the most populous city in the world, but Bali has narrow streets, and so there's even traffic here. All right, so we finally made it to the beach. It is a beautiful beach. It's definitely not made for swimming. The waves are so big. It's definitely a surfing beach, which makes sense why they have this surfboard rentals right there. I would say it is a lot busier than the beach we went to yesterday, Melasti Beach, or 2 days ago, whenever we went. I think it was yesterday. This one isn't a private or it's not beach clubs, but you have to like spend money. You can just come here, go to the beach, hang out. But because of that, like I said, it's a lot more busy here. Definitely, if you want to be modest or mindful of that, don't come here because ain't no modest here. The food here is also pretty pricey. Well, it's the same price as where we went, even though that was more luxury. But I will say this, it is a lot cleaner here than it is at that beach. I was reading some Google reviews and Kat was unsure because she's not feeling well. I was like, it's clean, it's clean, it's clean. But traffic to Wood is like 2.5 hours. It's an hour longer than normal, right? So it's almost double the time. So we're just gonna hang out here for 2 hours until the traffic dies down. But I was looking at some Google reviews and it was like, oh, the pictures look good, but someone was like, oh, there's trash at the beach. I was like, that photo that person posted looked nothing like what we saw yesterday. It is so much cleaner here. So I might go check the beach out. My toes are a little funky, so the water is probably a little bit too aggressive for me to actually step my foot in. We'll go see, but yeah, it's funny because a river connects right to the beach. It doesn't intersect because that river is green, but it's kind of a good view until you get to that middle area. Then it's not, it becomes a good view again. Day 3, beach is done. Now it's time, I think, to head to Ubud. So continuing on with tip 6, choose your places wisely. We stayed at 2 different locations in Bali alone because we wanted to make sure that we're not spending hours and hours in traffic. So we spent one part in the lower island, we did stuff there, and then we spent more on the mid section so that we can go north into the mountain. And then even staying in Ubud, we got the opportunity to get like a massage. And so I got a hotel room massage, and then Kat switched out and got an hour massage herself as well. This felt so amazing, and it was only like $21 for this private massage.
I dropped off the laundry today. It wasn't that bad. It was 14,000 per kilogram, even though on Google someone said it was 10,000, but maybe they're regular or something like that. So I'm not sure. We'll see a little bit more tomorrow. But I got tired of trying to find Wi-Fi. The Circle K was gonna have free Wi-Fi. They said she did, but she didn't know the password. So I ordered me some chips or some broad beans to get some protein in. Was trying to find Wi-Fi. Was trying to find a cell phone cellular service. Couldn't find it, so I'm just here eating at this restaurant. We got some cheesy, I have no clue what I ordered. It's a specialty of North Africa that they serve here a lot. A lot of the restaurants here in Ubud are like health conscious. They like cheesy shakshuka. So they have like all these smoothie bowls and, you know, just sourdough bread with eggs and stuff. So I got this. It's basically like eating cheesy tomato sauce with eggs on top and a little bit of herbs. Looks pretty good so far. The flavor could be a little bit more, but it's still flavorful. I just wish it was a little stronger, or maybe had some spice. Got some salt and pepper. Kat said the salt was really good here. I haven't tasted it yet, so I don't know, but I don't think I need any salt. And with every meal, you get a free drink. And budget traveler me, you know I'm about to leave a Google review so I can get me a free chocolate drink or free. I think I'm gonna get the turmeric tamarind shot. So let's eat. Finally made it to Goa Gajah. Hopefully I'm saying that right. It was a long journey. It took me about 3 hours after everything. Eating today, laundry, dropping that off, and then getting here on the Grab, which was shorter than I actually thought, or the Gojek actually. So I'm gonna go check it out a little bit. As you can see, there are people behind me in the stand up there, and basically those are for tour guides for just explanation, but I'm pretty sure you gotta pay for it. To get inside, they'll give you one of these. It's 50,000 to get in, like most of the temples here in Bali. So I'm gonna go check out the front of it and see what it's about. This would be second or third time I don't come in somebody's mouth. Oh, that sounds so weird. So I'm gonna be quiet now. So. I have no clue where I walked to. I was just walking. I saw a hill, thought it might lead to a waterfall or something, because Goa, which is the first part of the name, or second part, depending on how Indonesia reads it. But Goa means waterfall here in Indonesian. And so I just kept going. Maybe I was going to get to the top of the waterfall. Find out it was a back alley. I think I exited the temple. So I'm not going to say where it is exactly, but I'm pretty sure once you get in here, they're going to ask for your ticket again, because they're not going to see you with this purple thing on. So there's a free entrance. If you want to go take that, you go take that. But yeah. All right, so that concludes my time here at Goa Gajah. 50,000, just about a little over $3. Not too bad. You only need like an hour here. There's not much to do here besides the temple head, going inside the cave, temple, and then viewing the outside and going to the pond. But right now, I'm about to go back to the front, buy some magnets, because the magnets here are way cheaper than the first place we stayed when we got to Bali. We didn't buy one in Jakarta. So she said, first person said 50,000, and then she said no, 30,000, and then 2 for 50. The third person, second and third person, said 10,000 a piece. So I'm about to go grab 2 for like 35, 40. Let's go get 2 for 25, 30. People always say the rush hour in Vietnam, the rush hour in Manila, it's horrible.
we have to cut and cross and go on the wrong side of the street. If you're in a car, it takes 2 to 3 times longer as if you're in a pocket. It's crazy. So I forgot to mention this earlier with the ATM tricks. Sometimes you can get a better rate by going to like markets or small stands, but just beware because I almost got scammed. Good thing I'm smart enough and no. So he counted it in front of me, but he tried to pick a sleight of hand, and when he gave it to me, he took the money back. So I counted it again right in front of him and told him, no, you took the money back. And so he was forced to give me my full payment. But if Kat would have went, I feel that she would have got tricked. So if you're wondering how could they even make money, this is how. And so the next morning at 3:30 a.m. I woke up to do this beautiful Jeep sunrise tour. I'll post a whole separate video for that, so make sure you stay tuned to the end so that you can click the link and watch that video of our full Jeep tour that we did. Pretty awesome stuff, and we also went to a coffee plantation and I might have drank poop coffee. Tip number 7 is like a twofer. So we got dropped off by our driver from earlier, and I highly recommend you to negotiate. And so negotiate rates at markets, negotiate rates with like private drivers and tour guides. But even then, if you wanted to save a little bit of money and don't have the willpower to negotiate in person, you can negotiate at the scooter rental place. Just remember, if you're going to use the scooter to save time with the traffic we talked about earlier as well, that you need to have your international driver's license because some of these tourists messed it up for us 2 years ago.
At Monkey Sanctuary, Sacred Monkey Forest, whatever it's called. We're out here, they're eating some corn, but they're really calm. I guess because the guy over there is like feeding them and everything like that. I'm holding my phone with a death grip because they said beware of glasses, hats, and phones because I've seen monkeys steal them on Instagram. Not today, I'm quicker than that. Oh, they're fighting. That's crazy.
This is probably one of the most fun activities during the whole trip, or you can just walk 45 minutes, which is what we did on the way back to the city. It was $7.50 and it's like a 10 to 15 minute ride from the city. Though if it is this time of year, it is extremely hot, so just be careful that you'll sweat a lot and you need to stop for water and coconut water like we did. Before heading to the market areas, we stopped at Dang Cookies, which we ordered the first night we got to Bali and absolutely loved it. It's probably one of the best cookies in the world. Highly recommend stopping at Dang Cookies. And we got lucky because it was festival season, and hopefully that was a festival, not a funeral. I can't remember anymore, but I think it was a festival because this festival was going on. Now time to head to pick up our laundry, and then we're off to Thailand and Australia. So to watch that video, click the link right here.